What's up, guys? Bro Talk time. All right, so we're going to just get straight into this one because it's extremely important to me. It's actually the reason, it's like the mantra behind this whole entire channel and pretty much the reason that I started making these videos. I'm going to give you the backstory as to what led me to this conclusion and how I feel now and just my life in general, really how I lead it, right? So the whole idea is don't stress the things you can't control. Stay focused gains over everything, right? Stay focused gains over everything. Generally, it stems from like shut out the background noise. Focus on growth. That's all. That's all you can focus on at a point, right? It's personal growth, growth in your life, and other places. It doesn't need to be just personal, but like personal growth is one of the easiest things to just like hyper fixate on, especially when you're in an unstable environment, when you have no control over what's going on around you. Okay, so backstory as to how I came to this conclusion. It's highly personal. It's highly personal, and it's not great. So basically, I was living in an apartment building, and I started getting like a rash, right? I was like, what is this, right? I was freaking out. Monkeypox was like becoming a thing, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I've been going out and like going out around big crowds and stuff, but they were saying that only like certain people were getting it. And so they were kind of getting weird with me, and I was like, dude, like I walk through crowds, and if all it takes is just like grazing against someone that has it, like I could have got it, I don't know. So I go to the doctor, they test it, I don't have monkeypox. So I'm just like, what the hell is this? Because it's like starting to spread up my arm, it seems like. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I'm at work one day, I look down and there's a little round bug on me, and I grab it. I look it up online, and it's a bed bug. Gross, super gross. The apartment building I was living in, the building itself I hated the building. My apartment was pretty nice, honestly. So basically, long story, way long story short, turns out the girl in the apartment below mine had gotten a bed bug infestation, and she'd gotten one before she'd moved to the building. Honestly, there's some kind of habitual thing that she does that, I'm gonna put my phone down. Some kind of thing that she does in her life that leads to her getting bed bugs. I don't know what it is, but like she needs to figure this shit out, because what the hell? Basically, I would have just left the apartment. Like, obviously, like, I don't know. Like, so I told them about it. They brought in a pest control inspector, but I'd already been like kind of treating the apartment myself, because that's what I'm a DIY person. I was just like, I'm gonna just deal with this. Like, if they can't help me in like a week or 2 weeks, then I'm just gonna do it myself. So I do that. They can't find any evidence of the bugs, even though there's evidence of the bugs. Like, it's like crazy. They like try to tell me that there's nothing there, and like they found like eggs and everything. It was like I was going crazy over this, right? I was going absolutely batshit crazy. Basically, I get stuck in this apartment for 5 months because the early lease termination fee is like almost $10,000, right? And I just didn't have that money like laying around, honestly. And my lease was up in 5 months. Well, really, it was up in 6 months. But basically, I just keep getting bit and keep having to deal with this. I was living out of like trash bags in my own apartment. It was a horrible experience, right? But I do end up getting out of the lease. I basically had to threaten to sue the building and sue the whole entire company and like blow them up on social media. And I just like really had to make a huge stink. And they were like, okay, just like leave, please. And I was like, yeah, okay, bye. Thank God. So I get out of there. I literally had to throw away probably like $10,000 or $15,000 worth of my stuff. It was highly unfortunate, the whole event. But during this whole event, obviously, like I said, I was going crazy. I was freaking out. I was like trying to think of any kind of solution that I could for this whole thing, like, especially when I was like trying to figure out how to sue them and do all this stuff. Like, it was a big company. It wasn't just like a small company. It was a big feat to take on. But the whole time I was doing this, I was being extremely careful not to spread them anywhere else, to be honest. But also, I would tell myself every single day when I woke up, because it got to a point where the anxiety was just so draining on me. You know, it just made me feel horrible. I told myself, stay focused, gains over everything. Don't worry about the things that you can't control. Worry about what you can control, which are the gains, personal gains, right? Like, yeah, you're stuck in this apartment. We're going to figure out a way out of this. It's temporary, even though it was like 5 months of isolation and it was horrible. Like, it really did lead to me starting this whole channel and taking my whole fitness thing even more seriously than I was already. So in a way, it was a good experience, even though it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Highly would not suggest it, obviously. But yeah, the main learning I want you to take from this is that no matter what you're going through in life, no matter how stressful it is or how stressful it may feel, you got this. And all you need to really focus on is gains, right? So the only way you're getting out of that situation is if you gain your way out of it, right? If you just like kind of sink back and back, things are just going to get worse, right? Things can get worse. They can always get worse, pretty much. So next time you're in like a situation where you feel like, hey, like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through this, man. Like, I'm so stressed out about this thing. I'm so stressed out about work tomorrow. I got a meeting coming up. Just focus on gains, right? So maybe you got a meeting coming up. Prep yourself mentally for that meeting. Go into that meeting and kick that meeting's ass. Don't stress about what you can't control, about the factors that you have no control over. That's not something that you should put any energy into, because the more you stress about things you can't control, the more you're wasting energy that could have been put towards your gains. So, like I said, stay focused. Gains over everything. Do not stress the things that you cannot control, because it's just a waste of energy. I love you guys. Have a good day.